security policies and procedures. Security Management Plan, or SMP, should use a top-down approach. Senior management is responsible for initiating and defining policies from the top down. Middle management is responsible for releasing these standards, baselines, guidelines, in relation to the policy that was established by the senior management. The operations management and IT teams then implement the controls that were defined above. Finally, the end users must comply with all the functions of the organization. Everything should have the approval from senior management before we start to engage. Let's talk about security management plan types. The strategic plan. This is a long-term plan. It defines the organization's security posture. It should be useful for at least 5 years and renewed annually. It helps understand the security function and make sure that it aligns with business. It should include the risk assessment. Tactical plan. This is a midterm plan developed to provide more detailed goals, usually for a year or two. It's more technology-oriented. Finally, at the lowest level, the operational plan. This is a short-term plan, very highly detailed. It must be updated often, monthly, quarterly. It spells out how to accomplish the various goals. The security policy is a strategic plan for implementing security. It defines the scope of security needed for the organization. It defines the main security objectives and outlines the security framework. It identifies major functional areas of data processing. It broadly outlines the security goals and practices that should be employed. It is used to assign responsibilities, define roles, specify audit requirements, outline enforcement processes, indicate compliance requirements, and finally define acceptable risk levels. Organizational policy. Issue-specific policy and system-specific policy. Under organizational security, we may look at focusing on issues relevant to every aspect of the organization. Under issue-specific policy, we'll look at focusing on specific service, department, function that is distinct from the organization as a whole. And finally, system-specific policies will focus on the individual systems. The security policy framework. Baselines. Baselines define the minimum level of security that every system must meet. They are system-specific, and they establish the common secure state. Guidelines. They offer recommendations on implementation. They serve as an operating guide. They are flexible. They can be customized for each unique system. Procedures. These are the final element of the formalized security policy structure. These are detailed, step-by-step documents that describe actions necessary to implement the security mandates, system and software specific, and the purpose that it is used to ensure integrity of the business process. Standards. Standards define the compulsory requirements. They provide a course of action for uniform deployment of technology. These are tactical documents. Due care and due diligence. Two different terms. You need to make sure you understand the difference between the two of them. Due care, taking responsible care in protecting the organization. It is a legal term. It pertains to the legal duty of the organization. Lack of due care is considered negligence. Due diligence is practicing the activities that maintain the due care effort. It pertains to the best practices that a company should follow. It might not be legally liable.